अब मैं क्या करूँ, उसे बोला मुझे उठाने के लिए, अगर नहीं उठाएंगे फिर अच्छा नहीं लगता है, इससे इट्स बेटर। अब जैसा अंधेरे में नहीं आएगा ना क्लियर एक्चुअली।
Please mention the slide number when you're speaking, when you're presenting. Mention the slide number, please.
Okay, thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Our Honorable Chair, my dear colleagues, and all present, a very good morning to all. Well, this is Tanzin from Sciences and Arts College, Saradabita, and now I'm in slide 1. Well, first of all, I would like to thank Allah for giving me the opportunity to study on this important topic, which is enhancing Saudi AFL learners' oral fluency by TBLT, which is task-based language teaching approach. There is no doubt that we EFL teachers struggle almost every day, every moment to achieve our goal, which is to make our students learn the target language, whether it is written or in oral form. And honestly, it's not an easy task. So before going to the class, what I do is I make a special prayer to motivate myself. Now I'm in slide 2. So I go, dear Allah, so far I have done all right. I haven't gossiped, not lost my temper, I haven't even criticized or moaned, I haven't been grumpy, I didn't quarrel with my husband, even though my children are monkeys without tails, but they are recently behaving, and I also don't live with my in-laws over here in KSA. So I have got enough reason to motivate myself. So I've got motivated, and when I think of my students, I sort of bite my nails because I have to go to the class and make them speak. So I go with a prayer and I need the blessing of my Lord, and as soon as the student rushes into the class, they start chit-chatting and they, oh my God, they have so much to talk about. But when my speaking class starts, it is that time that you can see pin drop silence in the class. No matter whatever you ask to my students, you will find them admiring the floor, as if the floor is too beautiful, or they will admire the roof, they will admire the walls, and they will, believe you me, make every effort not to make any eye contact. So I'm in slide 3 now. So it's a common question of mine to my students. Are you wearing those gorilla glasses? You know these, look at the picture, they are wearing these gorilla glasses. It's actually when you go to the cage of the gorilla, so sometimes the gorilla gets pissed off and it attacks. So they provide you these glasses where a pair of eyes is printed and it always look to the left. So I ask my students, are you wearing those glasses? They know this is a common question of mine, and they go sort of, hee, and then again, stop. Pin drop silence, zip up their lips. So I go frustrated. Sometimes I discuss with my husband, and what is the problem? He says that it is because you try to find fault all the time, including me. Remember what happened in Citimax? Well, once we were there, and I was about to pay the bill, and the guy, Filipino guy was there, he was on the other side of the counter. He was asking me that, man, you have to, if you want to actually return any item, you have to return within 3 days. So since it was Sunday, he was saying that you have to return in Monday. I said, no, I will return on Monday. Then he said again, yes, in Monday. I said, no, I will, inshallah, on Monday I will return. He was saying, ma'am, I'm saying the same thing. In Monday. I said, no, inshallah, on Monday I will return. However, my husband intervened and said something in Arabic. And then and there the man smiled and said, okay, I will return, you'll return on Monday. So I was satisfied. While coming, I asked my husband, what was that magic word that you used? He said, you didn't want to know. And you believe you me, when husband says, you don't want to know, that means you have to know that. Really, it's your religious duty. So what I did, I kept on asking. He said, just one word of Arabic. And you know what he said? He said to that guy, Hiya Majnoon. Means she's crazy. So I'm that crazy FO teacher, and here is I do get frustrated. And during the time of my frustrations, I try to look for the successful EFL teacher stories, their blogs, their researches, wikis. And recently I found that, I would say not recently, it's been 10 years, that task-based language teaching approach seems to be working, and it can be beneficial for us. So if you ask me what is I'm in slide 5 now. So what is the inspiration of my study? I would say the failure of myself to make my students communicate in English is in fact the purpose, the inspiration of my study. But investigating the factors related to EFL learners' speaking proficiency have always remained popular among the researchers. The field has gradually broadened, and in the recent years, the implementation of TDLT approach has gathered considerable interest worldwide in terms of developing the learner's oral fluency. However, limited research has been conducted to identify the learner's progress of speaking fluency in a TDLT approach, particularly in the Saudi Arabian context. Therefore, the study aims to contribute to our understanding of how the Saudi EFL learners can improve their fluency in a TDLT approach. Well, one thing while researching I have found that successful EFL teachers do have one thing in common. It is that they love to give their students choices. Now I'm in slide 5. And along with choices, they also include 4 other C's, which are collaboration, communication, critical thinking, and creativity. Well, in fact, over a decade ago in America, the National Education Association identified those last 4 C's on the list as essential 21st century skills the learners should learn, and I agree wholeheartedly. Well, including these, they also, the successful EFL teachers also say that 2 factors can really help you to achieve your goal. These are research-based teaching techniques and relationship, and both are equally important. So I found that while researching that task-based learning approach can be my ultimate solution. So the purpose of my study is to assess the significance of TDLT approach in improving the Saudi EFL learners' speaking fluency and accuracy. Well, fluency refers to how well a learner communicates. I'm on slide 10. Fluency refers to how well a learner communicates, meaning rather than how many mistakes they make in grammar, pronunciation, and vocabulary. Fluency is often compared with accuracy, which is concerned with the time, amount, and seriousness of mistakes made. So a learner can be fluent but not accurate, in the sense that he or she can make his or her meaning clear, but he or she can make a lot of mistakes. If you consider football or dancing, these are skills to be, you have to achieve these skills by how? How can you achieve that? You have to sort of go to the real life situation, experience the game, and then, or dancing, then you can skill those, you can get skilled in these. Similarly, speaking is a skill, and for these, I think that we have to make sure that we provide our learners with real life situations so that they can practice and they become skilled, and that is actually our ultimate goal. And TDLT, I feel, can help me with that. TDLT is an approach which offers students opportunities to actively engage in communication in order to achieve a goal or complete a task. TDLT seeks to develop students' interlanguage through providing a task and then using language to solve it. That is slide 13. Now slide 14. One of my favorite researcher, in fact she is an awarded and well-renowned researcher and a teacher, ELT teacher and researcher, Mrs. Willis. According to her, task-based language teaching defines 8 purposes. Where you can see there is in slide 14, you can see there are a list of 8 purposes. But mine are 3, I have got 3 favorites. Those are to give learners confidence in trying out whatever language they know, to give learners the chance to benefit from noticing how others express similar meanings, and to give learners chances to try out communication strategies. Slide 15. Here you can see a list of tasks which recently the researchers have found effective for TDLT, which are situational conversation, investigative journalist, if you want to teach them doodles or information questions, getting to know one another, that is if you want to teach them present perfect tense, solving a murder mystery, guess the celebrity, it's your turn, teach. These are actually a list of activities that you can use, and I have used 4 or 5 of these activities, and I have found that situational conversation where the most befitting one for my students. Since they were the students of first year, and they were students of first year, they had low level English proficiency. Now slide 16. Here is a list of the material that I have used during my research, or in fact the task actually. These were video clips that I have used. Ordering a meal in a restaurant, grocery shopping or shopping in a mall, making a reservation, classroom instructions, at the airport check-in conversation, job interview, selling beauty products, making up items and accessories. In this, you believe me, since I was teaching the female students, so they knew more vocabulary which are connected to makeup than me, asking for help or direction. Now come to slide. Come to slide 17, which are the stages. Actually, the TBLT has got 4 stages, which are pre-task, task preparation, during task, and post-task. And the selected design of the task were adopted from International TEFL Academy and then adapted by the researcher, that is me. So in stage 1, which is pre-task, I was actually required to mentally and linguistically prepare my students for the upcoming task. So what I did is I uploaded the videos which I had collected, those conversational speaking videos.